Hi there and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the Journal Nest in Australia, and welcome to today's making session. I hope you have your crafting, your sewing, your journaling, whatever you do set up around you, because I'm so excited to share this time with you. The nest is full to overflowing, and it is time to continue making some things for our journals together. So this is my colour story today. I've got a needle ready to go and so many projects to work on. So let's go through the nest, gather together, my colour story, a little bit of music to bring joy to our hearts, a few little pieces I'm thinking about using as closures for journal pouches and journals themselves. I've gathered together some of these beautiful old bits of doily, and if you've been following me for a while, I have a whole lot of unfinished things that need to be worked on. So I'm going to grab this one because that's going to be home of a little journal, and we'll start with some slow stitching. So those of you who gather and collect like I do, these are my offcuts. I wouldn't call them offcuts, that doesn't sound nice, but they're the bits that I keep everything when I cut bits up. And this was a crochet closure that I've started with a beautiful button, and I just think we may find some homes for them soon. Big bits of material that's going to go down on the floor. And just to put it into context, swap overs here of the nest. I have, oh goodness me, I shouldn't have tried to do that. I'm so twisted up, but that's okay. I have a little nest of journals that are daily inspiring me. If you've been following my series, you can watch. I'm doing a hatch from scratch on that one. Lovely and chunky. Here comes my sneeze. Every time I film, I sneeze. Sorry about that. And this one, which we haven't seen for a while, that I did this pocket in Itching to Stitch, and it needs some cover. So I'm just going to leave that out there and see if something becomes inspiring for that. So I like to start my projects always with a bit of just a slow stitch. That's the cover. This one, let's just do some things on this one to start. So how are you? Are you as excited as me to have some time to be in your creative space? It's just such a wonderful thing to do. And it is morning here, so the sun is shining. Oops, can't find the end. You know me, too long a thread. Let's just pull that through. And I do want to say this morning an absolute sincere thank you to all my viewers and subbies. I cannot believe how generous you have been with your time watching my Just Hatching channel, really. It's not even been 3 months yet. And to know that I have you with me as my newfound friends of makers is just extraordinary. And my life is changed forever as a result of this community. So heartfelt thanks from Kate. I truly treasure you with me. And I know that I started out with my junk journaling, and I'm still doing that all the time, but it has been amazing for me to learn that so many of us do multiple things when we make. And I've also loved that some of you who haven't perhaps done stitching before are telling me that you're feeling brave enough to pick up a needle and collect some threads and to start. So that is absolutely wonderful. So this is thick wool, so the stitches are big, and I've got a blunt needle. I think it's that tapestry needle that keeps turning up at the wrong times. So I'm just doing a little bit down this side. And as I've shared many times, I just love this idea that that slow stitching enables you to pick up and just do things when you feel like it. And after all my bright colours in my other videos, it's actually quite soothing to, I mean, I love my bright colours, but for my journals, I do work in this neutral colour story, and I love it because all of these go so beautifully with each other. So that's 2 rows. I just need to do 1 more. I hope that's giving you time to get your coffee sorted or your cup of tea. Find your happy spot. It is remarkable how many of us do similar things, but it comes out in a unique way. And I've been sharing with many of you that that isn't that wonderful? I just think that's what creativity is. Grabbing the things that you like around you and see what comes out, whether you're following a pattern or not. Okay, so there's my 3 rows. Just finish this off under here, pull it out somewhere. And cut that off. So that's a little bit of that. Well, I've got this one here. Can't remember which journal is going to live in this one. So I've got, let's think. I would like, by the end of this, to have done something with the cover. Maybe made something that I can stitch on. Would be my first crochet cover, and that may be a step too far for most people, or some of us. Who knows? I do, yes. I'm just looking at what we've made for this. Oh, I haven't made anything for there yet. I did say I was going to work those blue flowers. Maybe like that. Actually, if I cut just a couple of rows off here, I still get to see the flower and a little bit of the wording, and that sort of leads you in with lots of treasures. That still needs to be finished. But I like that this says grain line and sleeve, etc. Okay, so we'll think about that. All over the place, Kate. I do, this is curved, so that's a problem to be solved, but I think it needs to be just in twos, because it's a real statement piece. Okay, we're going to think about that, and at the same time, now I did have a question about these layers, so I'll just share again. This is, I don't know, a tablecloth or a placemat. Then I've got my blanket, and it will have a lining inside, like that. So, and then it will become a pouch. But it's time now to start thinking about, so I do work it like a long piece, and then we fold it up and sew it. Okay. Yeah, that was a pause because I knew I had this other little bit here. So I'm going to just check that you can see what I'm doing today. Am I a bit far down? If I am, I apologise. Okay. I don't like those triangles, so I'm just going to round them off. I could pin, but I can't see my pin. Actually, this needle is, let's just swap needles. This is very, not much, but it'll be enough. And have I got a pin in here? No. Oh, it's a bit sad. Oh, but I have got this piece in here. Oh, and look, that's threaded with a nice long thread. So let's do that. I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, one thing at a time, Kate. Hard. That's almost like a joke. Okay, this needle's going to be better. So this looks completely plain, but it will end up being embellished. I'm actually finding that this is probably not the best choice for slow stitching on, because it's a bit hard to go through. Or maybe my needles are all blunt from all the sewing I've been doing. Can't wait to show you what some of my other projects that I'm working on to take away with me. It's like I've got this burst of energy to make, and it's actually taking priority over my packing, which is a little bit naughty. But I have done my prep work, which I'm excited about in terms of my work. So I just was thinking that I need to go faster, but then I make knots, and these are large stitches that are not neat at all. That does go with the style of my journals, which has lots of threads and everything showing. stitching. This is the partner piece to the one I put in there. And again, it's so beautiful. So this is going to be the bottom of the pouch. This will flap over. And when you're making things like this, you probably do need to keep that sense of proportion. So you know what you're going to see on the front, and I know that this is going to be the bottom. So what about something like that? But I'm attached up here, so let's see if we can find something to keep stitching with. Okay. I have an iron this, so it's straight from its home where it was. Let's just get this basket out for a minute. And think about some of these other things. There's so much of that, but I do like this sort of, it's real vintage and it's a little bit brown. So I like the idea of using that. It's got the threads. This tiny little bit is so beautiful and fine. We don't need the pink bit on this project. A little bit of round, which is lovely. Oh, I'm missing, look at that, need that. Okay, that's probably enough textures. Although that's nice stitched work as well. So back down we go, and I just wanted to add one piece with you to this. Maybe like that, or do we want to see all of that interest? I sort of like that. So let's zoom on over there. I'm just going to do a few stitches down here and across. This time I'm making them little stitches showing and big underneaths. And little. Okay, and now we go along the edge. I'm just thinking I could sort of do a blankety stitch. I've got to concentrate to work out which way the little loopies go. Let's put them this way. Sorry everyone, making it up as I go along, as you know me by now. I'm doing it the wrong angle. Okay, so I'm just going to do big stitches along here. And I'm going to run out a thread. You watch. So yeah, just little bits, little stitches. And then we might do a contrast cut for the buttonhole. Little and big underneath. just had a wild idea because this is sitting on here. And I thought, what if that ends up on there? And so we could embellish this. It feels so much nicer. Oh, goodness me. I've had another idea. I've already got that pocket there. Now I'll make this an envelope. So it can live in there. Oh, that feels so much. It's because this was it's a soft cover. Look at that. Thank you for helping me. See, just talking to you and knowing that you're here makes me be more creative than I ever thought I was going to be. All right, let's see. I was talking about buttonhole stitch, wasn't I? And let's still do some. I'm so excited by this idea. I knew it needed something. Now that, just testing out my needles because I've got some tapestry ones in here. So I always think about what you're making at the moment and whether you have all your papers around you. Okay, here's Kay goes again. I do like that. Could I make this somehow? Anyway, let's not get too carried away yet. Who knows what this will be? I was just thinking that could be a soft page, like a fabric page. And I could put all the, oh, goodness me. Oh, that's not the right box. Too many nests and things. But if that was lined, I could have writing paper and things like that, and that would be the lovely surprise. But I just have to work out, but I think I'd just stitch it there, then open the book, then open the journal. I'll take that like out, that word isn't right there, to this, which means I do need to have a little piece on here. I'm going to try that, everyone. Maybe people do that all the time. I haven't seen it, but it's making me feel joyful. Because what's this? This is only this is a 3 signature. Okay. Just have to do this now. There was a plain page there, and I love this crochet so much. We're going to go through the holes. Oh goodness me, that might be a bit harder. Let's just start with that. Just have to check you can see me. Yeah, I don't know what, for some reason I'm very far away. My chair and my desk. Okay, I want to pull that through and have a long thread, and I'm going to do something with that in a minute. Oh no. See, I was getting overly excited. And that's a real shame because I have to do this again, but we will make it. we go. So what I found with stitching paper is it takes a little bit longer than stitching the material. So where was my hole? Here. Okay, come through here. Now we're right. Sorry about that, everyone. A little diversion. So this was his paper that I just played around with some coffee and inks, I think, on very long time ago. It's got an interesting texture, but too plain by itself, so this little piece is going to make it pop and also make the journal more interesting. It's a bit tough. Why won't that go through? Let's go a different place. One more. And we'll finish this off. And I just had an idea about crocheting, that's why I went quiet. But I'm not going to do that yet. But I was thinking that this is somewhere that we could use some of our dangles as if it actually, here we go, as a treasure in the pocket. Okay, back to here. Back to here, we'll do a little bit more embellishing. Nope, not speaking to me, that's totally plain now. I was talking about this piece, wasn't I? I don't really want to cut that, and it's not jumping out to me. You know what? I think Kate has probably done enough on this little one, because I need, my mind's going 100 miles an hour. So let's recap. We started off with, did we stitch this one? Yes, we did. To get the ideas flowing, there's our stitching a little bit along here. This is coming together. In fact, this one could probably fit in that. Oh, look at that lace. See, I'm getting more lacy. It's very interesting, but I just can't help it. All right, so we started off with our baskets, and we've ended up on this, our baskets, all of that stuff. And Kate has done a random thing. She's decided that she's going to make a little treasure pocket there in the front. We've stitched, I love that, it's all floppy. We can put something very special in there. And we've got the idea of now having a flap out there. Okay, so I hope you've got somewhere. I feel I have, quite randomly. But that's how it goes when we're being creative souls. Okay, thank you so much, everyone. I wish you a great day. Enjoy your creating, and I'll see you next time in the nest. Bye.